most powerful countries in Africa. The most militarily robust nations in Africa are also the most powerful. The power index of a country's core is determined by the global firepower's ranking more than 50 factors, which include the defense budget of the armed forces, their capacity for logistics, and their geographical location. The bulk of African nations are making significant investments in their military and security infrastructure. A nation's strength is also greatly influenced by its capacity to influence internal affairs, build and stabilize its economy, and forge solid international alliances. But before we get started, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated. Number 10. Tunisia. One of the most potent states in Africa is the Republic of Tunisia. The Freedom House Group has only designated one nation in North Africa as free. The population of Tunisia is thought to be 11.8 million. Additionally, it has a power index score of 1.3664, 36,000 active military members, and $1.2 million defense budget and active military personnel. The northernmost nation in Africa is Tunisia, officially known as the Republic of Tunisia. It's surrounded by Algeria to the west and southwest, Libya to the southeast, and the Mediterranean Sea to the north and east. It is part of the Maghreb region of North Africa. The majority of its remaining area is fertile land, and it includes the northernmost stretches of the Sahara Desert, as well as the easternmost extremity of the Atlas Mountains. Number 9. Sudan. The Republic of Sudan is the third largest nation in both the Arab and African continent. The population of the nation is thought to be 45.7 million. There are also thought to be 105 current military soldiers living in the nation. Sudan is one of the most powerful nations in Africa, with a power index score of 1.3382 and $287 million defense expenditure. Northeast Africa, also known as Northeastern Africa or Northeast Africa in the past, is a geographical term used to describe the African nations that are located in and close to the Red Sea. The region, which lies between North Africa and East Africa, primarily includes Egypt, Sudan, the Horn of Africa, inclusive of Ethiopia, Eritrea, Somalia, and Djibouti. Number 8. Libya. Libya is the 16th most populous nation in the world and the 4th largest nation in Africa. Approximately 6.9 million people are living in the nation. The power index score of Libya is 1.3265. There are about 30,000 soldiers who are on active duty. The Libyan military has 55 rocket launchers, 50 self-propelled artillery pieces, 100 towed artillery pieces, and 250 tanks. The predicted $3.02 million defense budget for the country is low. Libya is a nation in North Africa's Maghreb area. The Mediterranean Sea forms its northern boundary, and Algeria, Egypt, Sudan, Chad, and Tunisia make up its western, eastern, southern, and southernmost borders respectively. Tripolitania, Fezzan, and Cyrenaica are the 3 historical regions that make up Libya. Number 7. Angola. With a population of over 33 million, Angola ranks as the 7th largest country in Africa. The nation is one of the most powerful in Africa, with a power index score of 1.0931. Around 110,000 military soldiers are on duty in Angola. The nation boasts a powerful air force with 270 aircraft carriers. The most powerful military in Africa is comprised of 72 aircraft, 18 specialized attack jets, 30 transport jets, 47 jet trainers, 2 specialized aircraft for missions, and 15 attack helicopters. The Angolan military also possesses 115 rocket launchers, 379 tanks, 595 armored vehicles, 28 self-propelled artillery pieces, and 357 towed artillery pieces. Angola's defense spending is predicted to total more than $700 million. Number 6. Ethiopia. One estimate puts the population of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia at 120 million. With an estimated 162,000 military personnel currently on active duty, the nation has a power index of 1.0798. There are 86 aircraft carriers, 24 fighter jets, 20 trainer planes, 33 helicopters, and 8 assault helicopters in the Ethiopian Air Force. The nation funds the military with a $350 million defense budget. Number 5. Morocco. With a total population of 36.9 million, the Kingdom of Morocco is one of the most powerful nations in Africa. It ranks as the 5th most powerful country in Africa and has a power index score of 0.8573. There are roughly 310,000 military troops in the nation that are actively serving. The ground forces of the Moroccan military consist of 1,443 tanks, 2,901 armored vehicles, 505 self-propelled artillery, 200 towed artillery, and 144 missile projectors. The Navy's weaponry consists of 105 patrol boats, 4 corvettes, and 3 frigates. The nation does have a $5.4 million defense budget though. The westernmost nation in North Africa's Maghreb region is Morocco. Its land boundaries with Algeria to the east and the disputed territory of Western Sahara to the south overlook the Mediterranean Sea to the north and the Atlantic Ocean to the west. The Spanish colonies of Ceuta, Melilla, and Peón de Vélez de la Gomera, as well as several smaller Spanish-controlled islands of its coast, are also claimed by Morocco. Number 4. Nigeria. The Federal Republic of Nigeria is the 5th most populated nation in the world, with an estimated 216 million people. Additionally, it has the highest population density in all of Africa. The nation is one of the most powerful in Africa, with a power index value of 0.5745. There are approximately 120,000 active military troops in the nation, the bulk of whom are full-time employees. The military has 129 aircraft carriers and 8 combatants, 3 attack aircraft, 21 transport aircraft, and 47 training aircraft. In their Air Force, there were 44 helicopters, 15 assault helicopters, and 5 special-purpose jets. Within its naval formations, the Nigerian Navy also possesses 75 assets, 100 patrol boats, and 2 mine warfare ships. The Nigerian military is supported by a defense budget of around $2.1 billion. Number 3. Algeria. The population of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria is roughly 45 million. Algeria currently has a power index of 0.4724. Out of a total force of 20,741,263 workers, Algeria has about 280,000 militaries. There are only 130,000 active duty soldiers, and there were another 150,000 reserve soldiers. 551 aircraft, including 103 fighters, 22 attack jets, 59 modes of transport, 9 training jets, 87 special-purpose helicopters, 257 jets, and 45 assault helicopters are stationed in Algeria. As part of the country's ground forces, the Algerian military also possesses 7,361 armored vehicles, 320 self-propelled artillery pieces, 240 towed artillery pieces, and 316 rocket launchers. Estimates place the nation's defense spending at about $13 billion. Number 2. South Africa. With a population of around 60.14 million, the Republic of South Africa is one of the richest and most powerful nations in Africa. With a total active military force of 15,000 soldiers and 66,500 reserve soldiers, South Africa has a power index score of 0.4276. Within the African continent, South Africa is a formidable rival in terms of air power. In addition to 226 aircraft carriers, the Air Force is also in possession of 12 attack helicopters, 88 training jets, 7 special purpose jets, 17 fighter jets, and 23 transport aircraft. In terms of its land force, South Africa has 195 tanks, 2,000 armored vehicles, 43 self-propelled artillery pieces, 72 towed artillery pieces, and 50 rocket propellers. The naval forces of South Africa are equipped with 30 pieces of equipment, including 3 submarines, 4 frigates, 21 patrol boats, and 2 mine warfare vessels. The nation's defense spending totals $4.2 billion. Number 1. Egypt. With a population of 100 million, it is the 3rd most populous country in Africa and the most populated in the Arab world. With a power rating of 0.1869, the nation is the most powerful in Africa. The military has a total population of roughly 1 million, including 450 active duty personnel. Within the nation, there are over 500,000 reserve soldiers. Egypt possesses 1,054 fighter aircraft, 88 attack aircraft with unique designs, and 59 transport aircraft. In addition, the Air Force has 387 trainer jets, 11 special aircraft, 294 helicopters, and 81 assault helicopters. Also, Egypt's defense artillery force on the ground consists of 4,295 tanks, 11,900 armored vehicles, 1,139 self-propelled artillery, 2,189 towed artillery, and 1,084 rocket launchers. The Egyptian Navy has more than 316 different pieces of equipment, including 48 patrols, 31 minesweepers, 7 corvettes, 7 frigates, and 2 military aircraft. A sizable defense budget of about $4.4 billion supports the Egyptian military. There you have it, explorers, top 10 most powerful countries in Africa. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and share with a friend.